Hi, I'm Denley, the storekeeper's daughter, and I have my Junk Journal Madness journal. It is patriotic themed, and it was choose your own adventure, and patriotic was one of the things, and I decided to go ahead and go with that. That's with Susan. I totally love it. It's collab, and it was a lot of fun. Thank you to Susan. Here is my journal. This is the cover. I love these books. These are so great. I found the whole 12 books and I kept those. And then I found another one, number 1, the President's, George Washington on there. And I definitely had to make that my journal. This is going to be my journal for the month of July. So every month I do a journal, or I do it for 2 months. And I put everything in here, and this is actually June and July. I had a different journal planned, but I went ahead and decided to go with the Patriotic because I was teaching crafts at church for VBS, and it was also patriotic themed, and I have some of those crafts in here that we did. All right, let's get started. I'll go ahead and take off the tie. This is just a vintage ribbon. And that's what it looks like. I kept some of the pages, and some of the pages I set aside for a different journal. So here's a flyer from that VBS. I already put that in there. Pocket. Some washi tape, and this is a quilt from a quilt magazine. And here's a little cluster. I actually found a star punch when I was out hunting recently, and I just went a little crazy and made a whole bunch of star clusters. And hi, Silver. Oh, that's Dash actually. And I went a little crazy. I made some clusters, and I did some stamping. I found some stamps about a month ago, and so I did a lot of stamping. And I didn't put them all in this journal, but I have been. Here's some washi tape. This is from the American Heritage Cookbook, and I thought it was a really cute picture. I really like the old-fashioned stove. And here's Gideon at VBS, and he decorated this, and I glued that in here for memories. Another one of Gideon at VBS. A bingo card, pocket, and I made this tag out of something that the kids had received. I'm not exactly sure what that was, but I just purchased a new punch and just made it into a tag. I need to put some ribbon on it. So I'll work on this all month long as I go. I'll just add to it. And here's a little Old Glory card that we got from VBS, and this is a Boy Scouts book. Some ledger, some stickers, and then this is my granddaughter, and she decorated that, so I put that in there. And this is part of the book. There's another granddaughter, and she decorated that frame. And me at VBS. They did such a great job decorating VBS. And then this is a map and some paper from, I think it's a Dollar Tree book, actually. Children's writing book. And then here I covered this card to make a flip out, and I put some paper because I'll do a lot of actual journaling. And then this is decoupaged with a napkin. And this is a children's book and just some little scrap pieces of washi. I made a little tuck there. And this sticker I found, because it has a dash hound, I found it at Tractor Supply. I had to get it. And it was the last one, or I would have gotten a bunch to put in my stash. And here's a sticker. A lot of these stickers came from Junk Journal Joanne's red, white, and blue kits. So go check those out if you haven't. And this is wallpaper from the Traveling Crafter. And I cut it up and used some of it, some vintage wallpaper. And here I just did some decoupaging and some ribbon and stickers, a journaling card, a tag. I did some painting on the paper, and I made these. That was the first time I used fabric to hold the pages in, and I just did a few pages like that, not all of them. And this is a printout from Vegan Books. And here's some more paper. And I got all these from Tractor Supply. So I have lots more of it. And this beautiful rickrack. Some more book. And the Scouts book. And a little treat bag that I'll probably fill with stuff over the month. And we have a tag and some pockets. And this little layout with some, this is from Hobby Lobby. And the little charm I ordered, I believe, off Amazon. Yeah, and then my granddaughter made this at VBS, which is really cute. I put that in here. And some pockets. Some more Boy Scout. The book. Here's a children's dictionary. A little card flip out I put in. Some more of the painting. I was doing the blow paint technique where you blow the paint. And then where I hinged in the fabric, the pages with fabric. And then a bingo card. And this is a little piece of paper from Tractor Supply, a little tuck. And this is the negative. And some scrapbooking paper. A music sheet. A little children's book with the chickens and the red and blue outfit. And some trim. It's really pretty trim. I don't know what that is. And then here's a book page. Here's a card. And a sticker. And then this from VBS, scripture. Wanted to keep in here. And just a journaling card. This is from Vegan Books. This is a huge playing card that I cut down to make a belly band with. And just a fold with some paper for journaling. A Boy Scout book. Mapping. And then more of those punches. I really went crazy with the punches. And here's George Washington. And just some beautiful ladies, vintage ladies. Some more book. And then the second signature. I did there's some ruffles. This book is really big. It's my biggest journal so far. And I think this actually came from a cookbook, an American cookbook. So that's really pretty. And then more of that wallpaper. Ledger. White House. Some more mapping. And then I put some hymnal in here. And then here I made a flip out from a USA Words Finds book. And we have some stickers and some craft paper, bingo card, and another writing sheet. The other side of that hinged paper. Create your own flag, little drawing. And just a little game on the back of that one. Scouts, card. Here's another tag. And this is from Vegan Books. She does such a great job. Oh, sorry about that. Apparently the dog alarm has gone off. All right, and here we have just some more of those crafting books. And this cute little tag. Put some ruffles on there. Pocket. Here's some tickets. And this is a little flap. And here I made, this is one of the little books I made. And I just put it on there, the edge. I'll put that back in there. Every time I start to film, they want to wrestle. Here's a couple of cards, Vegan Books. And this is a coaster I found out hunting. Little card, I think from Junk Journal Joanne's kit. And this is a Dollar Tree envelope. I just decoupaged some napkin on there. And you have a Vegan Books tag, some stickers, and the end of the book. And that is my junk journal for Junk Journal Madness. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. Remember, you are beautifully and wonderfully made. Bye for now.